Well, welcome. This is sort of the welcome before the welcome. And might we begin together as we pray together. Gracious and loving and merciful God, you've given us the gift of life. You've ordered this beautiful world, and you've given it to us as a place for us to live and move and to have our being. We recognize that all achievement begins and ends in you. We thank you for skill and wisdom. We thank you for love and compassion. We thank you for the best values that make this place great. Stir in us by your Spirit. Ignite once again those best values, that as we come to the end of a year, as we celebrate the milestones and the contributions and the joys and the good things done, that we would sense your presence with us. Be ever with us in this moment of celebration and in every moment. We ask it in Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain White. As the associate head of school, first of all, thank you for the parents that have come and for all the students that have managed to get here right on time. And just to say, this is the first major event of basically the steps towards commencement of what has been a truly outstanding year in so many regards. We created this event, we created community-based awards as a way to celebrate the accomplishments of both our faculty and students, in some of it in the classroom, but for students really outside the classroom, within this community and the greater community. I'll say this every year, I believe so strongly that the lessons that we get on the athletic field, doing community service, serving this community, serving each other, can be far greater for some than the lessons you get in the classroom. They're all very important, but in my life, that's honestly where I felt I learned the most about how to be a good person. So, with that being said, today it's fun. There's usually a lot of energy, and let's have a good time celebrating all of you. So, without further ado, can I have Mr. Lafreniere come on up to honor departing faculty?
There's no better way to celebrate our departing faculty than by hearing from students who were directly impacted by them. So, friends, that's what we're going to do. First off, we have Mr. Bright. Mr. Bright. And speaking on Mr. Bright's behalf will be Caden and Alex Udwadia.
I've gotten to know Mr. Bright in the past 3 years as a chemistry teacher, as a cross-country coach, as a dorm parent, and most importantly, as an advisor. He's helped me and others in so many ways, from giving advice and being a supporting figure. His positive influence has affected me from the time I arrived here as a clueless freshman to the almost, hopefully, less clueless senior I am now. He is one of the most selfless and encouraging individuals I know, and this is shown throughout the campus. His impact on this school is felt in so many ways, and we wish him the best of luck.
I've had the privilege of having Mr. Bright as a teacher, coach, dorm parent, and advisor. Mr. Bright has guided me through various hardships during my time at VES and supported me through it all. Thank you, Mr. Bright, for the impact you have left me in the school. Your influence on others will be long-lasting.
And we have Ms. Dyke. I know you're outside. You want to come on in? And speaking on behalf of Ms. Dyke is Sanders, Kyra, and Gabrielle.
Ms. Dyke, we are all so sad because you're leaving, but we were so lucky to have you this year. You're a fantastic teacher and the kindest person. You're always so optimistic in class, making me smile and laugh. Even when we are tired, you always motivate us to do our best. And you come up with the new activities so we can learn and have much fun. Outside class, I always see you hanging out with everyone and spreading your good energy. Ms. Dyke, you're an important member of this community who has touched everyone's heart, especially mine. I wish you the best for the future, which I know will bring lots of surprises and new friends, but wherever you go, never change. Don't forget it.
When first coming into Ms. Dyke's class, we were very nervous on having a new teacher. We didn't know if she was going to be chill or very strict. But over the past 9 months, we've gotten to know her. She's become one of the most easiest people to trust and communicate with. She always knows how to make us feel comfortable with our work, on never being judged on how poorly it was done, but instead made sure we got the help we needed to improve on our work. Even when Juan Pablo didn't want to do his work and kept complaining about it, whether we would get an extension or not, she could always take the complaining and just laugh it off. She never took it to heart because she took her job as a way to connect with her students and make them feel loved and understood.
During class, we never had a dull moment doing anything. Whether it was sitting, and writing our essays, or watching movies. Also, Mr. Stroud, we're sorry for how loud we were during your test. Ms. Dyke, I'll also miss the good mornings that I get each morning next year.
Everyone.
All right, Miss Emge. And speaking on Miss Emge's behalf is Peggy, Beck, and Carson.
I go first?
For those of you that know Miss Emge, you know that she's probably the friendliest person I've ever met in my life. She's always down to talk with anyone. And I also will say that that class is my favorite class I've ever had. The energy she brings every day is really affects me in a positive way and kind of gives me energy too. And I was really sad to hear that she's leaving after 1 year because she's awesome. But I know that wherever she goes, she's going to be great, and I wish her the best of luck. Thank you.
Hey. So you've been one of the biggest role models I've ever had. Even though I just met you, you made coming to a new school as a mid-year so easy and comfortable. Your English class is probably the only English class that I've ever actually liked, and it's always such a fun class, and I've always looked forward to all the laughs that happen. Besides being a teacher, you've always been someone to go to if I've ever needed anything or just wanted to chat. Some of my favorite memories with you have been getting so off topic in class and sharing butt cakes and talking about literally anything on dorm. Everyone has always looked forward to you being on dorm duty because you always make it so much fun. Thank you for being the person that everyone looks up to and just overall such a happy person. And thank you for always trying to correct my language. I promise I'll keep trying to work on it. You are going to do incredible things in the future and we'll all miss you so much.
Missy has made such a big impact on the campus, whether she's teaching, doing dorm duty, or just being a sweet, kind, caring self. Miss E, I will miss all the fun memories I and the community has had with you. Whether that's taking Wyatt Dorm to many adventures, having fun talks in class, getting a picture with me before finals, or sitting with you almost every night you were on duty, or talking about how you maybe would be my counselor at the summer program I'm doing next year. VS will miss you. Thank you for everything. Wish you the best in the future.
And Ms. Foster. Speaking on Ms. Foster's behalf is Eliza M. and George Schul.
Miss Foster, having you for both of the years you've been here has been so great. I've loved seeing you figure out your teaching style and learn how to better deal with our class. Thank you for all the extensions you've given me and all the times you've let our class have discussions that weren't entirely on topic. I know that you'll do great things wherever you end up.
Okay, I've only known Miss Foster for 2 years, but I've been grateful enough to be in her English class for 2 years in a row. In class, Miss Foster has given us the perfect balance of collaborating and getting to know each other while we work very hard in order to prepare us for future classes ahead of us in our high school career. She has left a huge impact on me, and I look forward to class with her every day because of her welcoming and considerate attitude. One thing I love about her is that I can always feel like I can come to her when I'm having trouble with something in class, and she clears up my confusion without hesitation. She's the type of teacher that you can just tell loves their job. Ms. Foster has been so influential to many people at VES, and I'm beyond thankful that she had decided to come back after graduating. When asking other students who have been taught by her, they described her as kind, caring, compassionate, selfless, and thoughtful. Ms. Foster will miss you so much next year, but I know you will do great things in the future.
I'm George Scholl, and I was able to speak for Ms. Foster. I just want to say that she was a great teacher. Over the past couple of years, I had Mr. Campbell and Ms. Foster, but Ms. Foster was able to expand my creative ability of writing and make it super compact and sound amazing. So I just want to say thank
All right, Mr. Rivenberg. Speaking on Mr. Rivenberg's behalf is David Toll and Sasha.
In my short time of having Mr. Rivenberg as a teacher, his love for his job was immediately apparent on the first day of class. This was not just the beginning of the year thing with him starting off strong, because he really never seemed to have an off day. Mr. Rivenberg cares about his students on a level past their classroom performance, but cares and supports them in all of their endeavors. He shows an interest in our lives outside of the academic school day. Every basketball game, I could count on looking into the stands and seeing Mr. Rivenberg there cheering. It meant so much to me and all of us to feel so supported. This made me want to try harder in his class and not disappoint him, although I'm sure there were some times where I did. While Mr. Rivenberg is involved and interested in everyone's extracurriculars, he is more of a man of mystery to us students. My classmates and I don't know much, but we do know he rides a motorcycle, and every time we are out on the road and see one, we roll our windows down in hopes that it's him. So far, no luck. But that mystery just speaks to the level of professionalism that he has maintained. When I heard Mr. Rivenberg would not be returning to VES next year, I felt a disappointment for myself and the school because he is a huge loss to the VES community. But at the same time, I felt happy because I know this is a chance for him to continue on his own journey as an amazing teacher in person. Although I wish I could take his legal studies class next year, I am so grateful that I got the opportunity to have him as my APUS teacher. I'm sure that every student here that has had the privilege of being in his classroom has felt the same impact that I have. Mr. Rivenberg, we love you and are so happy and excited for you to continue on your journey. The kids at your new school have no idea how lucky they are about to be.
You know, APUSH is notorious for being one of the hardest classes at VES. And when I first enrolled in the class, I got told that the summer work was intentionally meant to be lengthy to weed out the weak. But you know, in the end, I'm very glad that I stuck with it, and I couldn't have asked for a better teacher, Mr. Rivenberg. And so when Mr. Knabel the other week asked me to write a letter, I chose to write mine to Mr. Rivenberg. And so here is my letter. So this is dated on May 4th. Dear Mr. Rivenberg, it must be something about bald people at VES, and maybe also tall, dark-haired Croatians. He's not bald anymore, it's grown back, but he did shave. But, because whenever I first encounter one, my instinct is to feel intimidated. It's not because you all remind me of Dr. Evil or evoke the trumpets of the Imperial March when I see you on box, but rather because each of you exude a sort of charisma that commands respect, a respect that is undoubtedly well-deserved. While Mr. Button and Lake may boast a cleaner shave, and Coach Sedlar might tower a few inches taller, it is this characteristic, coupled with your buzz cut, that has left a lasting impact on me. I must admit, my first impression of you bore a striking resemblance that of a drill sergeant, albeit without the traditional suit and the imposing hat. During winter, I often observed you leading the wrestlers in their rounds through Van Every, and the banner in Barksdale boldly stating, "Nobody cares, work harder," stood out to me. In hindsight, it all makes sense now, because you essentially were our major pain. While I've never resided on Ainsley, you don't have to tell me about it. I've heard the stories about thumbtacks and Nerf guns and the 3 a.m. movie watch parties. I'm not entirely certain if we've fully grown up from those days. As Miss Walsh reminded us in chapel just last week, we played the Guess Who's Slapping game on the bus ride back from D.C. So, the first time we ever actually met, Mr. Rivenberg gave me restitution. It's okay, though. I definitely deserved it. And in the end, I got off pretty easy. Although my sentence was supposed to be 2 hours, I only ended up chopping wood with Mr. Bright for a quarter of that time. I'm sorry that Nathan's clothes hanger startled you when Jason decided to throw the entire wardrobe down the stairs by your door. But despite our initial interactions, it wasn't until this year that I truly got to know you, all thanks to AP US History. It turns out that you're a pretty kind, genuine, and quick-witted guy. Even though you told me my hair was poofy and compared my writing to burnt toast, in all seriousness, you have been an exceptional teacher and, more importantly, a great mentor. I will never forget our class karaoke sessions, when you showed up dressed as Southpaw, or when you told Mary Rose that the 19th Amendment was your favorite, not because it granted women the right to vote, but because it was passed by Congress in 1919. But jokes aside, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you. Thank you for your unwavering passion for your profession and for bringing boundless energy to the class each day. Thank you for giving my cum laude speech, for the post-test candies, and for tolerating Jay and me. While I'm saddened to see you go, I'm filled with joy knowing that you get to continue doing what you love and be closer to your home and family. I hope to stay in touch and wish you nothing but the best of luck at TAF. Once a bishop, always a bishop. Sincerely.
It is my honor to present the Eleanor Bass Hopkins Memorial Award. I don't feel great. Like I'm pretty dizzy. I was wondering if Jenna Petrokonis. I was going to call her, but I lost my phone again. So
Yeah, so I got called here for a medical emergency. by Brianna.
yeah, that was my medical
I got
emergency.
here like,
Quick. She was fast. It wasn't that much of an emergency. But, so, 4 years ago, in the midst of the, I'll call it COVID-19 debacle, a time that I have really tried to forget, VES made a major investment in improving the health center from a small facility to a major facility that would fully support the needs of our students. It was an amazing improvement in the space. In our ability to provide care, it was quite amazing. After 2021, our head nurse, Teresa Poe, retired after many years, and we had the opportunity to again upgrade. So the winter and spring, I'd been hearing in the community about this amazing nurse practitioner, and nurse practitioners get to do a little bit more than nurses, and they're not quite a doctor, but actually they do a ton of doctor work. And I heard about this person working at a local clinic, and that became my entire focus, was to stalk and poach Jenna Petrokonis from that clinic, which we did. Unfortunately, that clinic closed after she left. It gives you an idea. I mean, I felt really bad about that. But since hiring Jenna, it's a different world for those of you that didn't experience the health center before. The care that you get, the things we're able to do, the 24/7, like people ask, does Jenna do duty? And while she's not on a duty team, she is on call 24/7, all the time. I can call her at a moment's notice, like at 3 o'clock today, and she'll be here. So that is Jenna Petroconis. She has brought professionalism, a creative mind, and a dedication to the ongoing needs of this community. She gets boarding school, even though she's an EC class, true blue, what do they call those, the hill climber people?
Hilltopper.
Whatever, okay. She gets it, and she leads her team with grace and just a caring, loving presence. So congratulations. The best part. Chad Hanning.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to present the first of 2 Smith Family Awards to Mr. Matt Foy. It has been said that relationships are the foundation upon which all learning is built. And if this is true, Mr. Foy builds unshakable foundations with many students in many ways. In his classroom, students spend the first few minutes of each period chatting about recent events, sports scores, weekend plans, or new sneakers. On dorm, Mr. Foy is quick to encourage residents to gather in the lounge to watch TV or to join him in the gym for a quick game of knockout. In the dining hall, connections are made over card games at seated lunch and conversations during advisory lunch. And any given weekend, relationships are built when Mr. Foy air fries chicken wings and makes sliders during NFL games and NBA games. Of course, on the basketball court, whether off-season workouts or in-season practices and games, players can certainly expect Coach Foy's intense instruction, but are also quick to get an even more emphatic high five, a pat on the back, or a fist pump. Mr. Foy expects so much from his students in the classroom and from his players on the court because he cares so much about them. For his dedication to making significant connections with his students, Mr. Foy is a truly worthy recipient of the Smith Family Award. And I think, you did one of those.
Good afternoon. I am thrilled to stand before you today to present the second Smith Family Award. This award is given annually in recognition of excellence in teaching and the making of meaningful connections with young men and women, acknowledging the many ways in which teaching can occur throughout campus life. Excellence in teaching and making meaningful connections are the 2 key phrases that exemplify who this individual is. This individual impacts students in every role they play in our community, always leaving behind a trail of wisdom. I'm honored to present the Smith Family Award to my friend and colleague, Mr. Patrick Pickard. Mr. Pickard wears a different hat every day, and he does it with style. You can find him on any given day in any of the following locations around campus: the Science Department office, teaching APES, or biomedical science, a class in which he brought to VES; the CDV office, continuously helping me problem solve and think through how to come up with restorative conversations between students. Or also seeing him on Ainsley Dorm, overseeing and setting boundaries and expectations with those guys. Despite being pulled in so many different directions, and no matter what role, or no matter where he is or what role he's playing, he is always leading with the same intention: the benefit of students. Congratulations, Mr. Pickard.
Good afternoon. I have an honor of handing out a scholarship, which I'm extremely excited about. It goes to a young man who is, how do I put that, very shaken up when he walks in to participate, and his brain and his body and mind are not on the same wavelengths. He's shaking, his heartbeat goes up. But he is a true bishop, so his mind will win, and he is giving blood no matter what. So this is the Red Cross scholarship I would like to hand out, and this year it goes to Luke Urich.
The next several awards have actually already been given, but we thought we would honor those recipients, and so I'm going to read this to you. Each year, the Rotary Club Youth Ethics Award recognizes high school seniors in the Lynchburg area who best exemplify the following ethical ideals. They are true to themselves, show strong school loyalty, are trustworthy and honest, diligently use their talents, have developed a sense of gratitude and appreciation for all of life's blessing, and exemplify the Rotary motto, service above self. The Youth Ethics Award was presented last month at the Rotary Club meeting and luncheon. 2 VES students were selected recipients of this prize for their exemplary record of service in both our community and the greater Lynchburg community. This year's recipients from VES they kept calling him this, Amoj Thala Pragada, otherwise known as Amog Thala Pragada, and Annie Mitchell. Congratulations. And Mr. Porter, do we have? There he is.
The Bank of the James Ronald V. Dolan Citizenship Award was established in 2006 to commemorate the enduring and positive influence Ron Dolan had on our community. As a founding board member of the Bank of the James, Ron was an accomplished businessman and exemplified good citizenship in everything he did. The Bank of the James honors his memory by granting this award to students who have demonstrated the characteristics Ron personified: outstanding citizenship qualities that show loyalty, trustworthiness, integrity, and a general concern for others and their well-being. We would like to recognize Michaela Smith for the Ronald V. Dolan Citizenship Award. Chaplain White, you're up.
This year's John H. Bell Community Service Award recipient not only serves in her own way and on her own time, but she also works tirelessly to include others in the joy of service. Always inviting students and faculty to join in the effort and to join in the fun, she is the Pied Piper of service to others. The student has spearheaded Cupcakes for a Cure, organized the Feminine Care Product Drive, and connected us meaningfully with Parkview Community Mission. She's a stalwart supporter of the annual Campus Blood Drive and an advocate for mental health. Through Global Ambassadors, she has organized group dinners to explore ethnic food restaurants in town, highlighted current events and global concerns on Fine Arts Friday, and helped organize virtual conversations with people living in foreign countries. And that's the short list. The Bell Service Award is given to Frances Fenton.
This afternoon, we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of members of our VES community. And it fills me with immense pride to stand before you and present the Frederick William Carrington Class of 41 Memorial Athletic Award to an athlete who embodies the greatest qualities of perseverance, determination, and heart. This year, the recipient of this award epitomizes these very qualities. Grace, my sister. Grace isn't just a dedicated athlete, she's a passionate member of our community whose unwavering commitment to her teams and sports set her apart. Growing up, Grace had many passions, but I want to make you all aware of two: the Dallas Cowboys football team and ballads by the British boy band One Direction. At times, we weren't sure if Grace would end up on the stage or as a star on the field, but we always knew she'd be deserving of the spotlight one day. I remember a few years ago when she told me she was thinking about writing an album for an advanced study project her senior year. I guess she wasn't sure which direction she was headed either. Now we all know it's on the fields and courts where Grace truly shines. Whether it's volleyball, basketball, or of course lacrosse, she pours her heart and soul into every game. Her determination is palpable, her perseverance unwavering. She doesn't just play, she leads and pushes her teammates to be their best selves. Her celebrations are infectious, and her competitive spirit unwavering. As her older sister, I've had the privilege of following along with Grace's journey, but because of our age gap, I've witnessed it in spurts. A few memories that stand out include when I was 8 and she was just a few weeks old. Thomas, our brother, and I were convinced she had done a push-up and was the strongest baby ever. Fast forward to U9 Blue Ridge Lacrosse, and I remember watching Grace swim in goalie gear at the Lincoln Middle School fields. But then when Grace was 10, I moved to Europe for a year and was away at college for 4 years. And it was like a time warp when suddenly, upon my return, she was 15 and an aspirational college athlete. Living with you at VES these last 3 years has been the most precious window into your world and your growth. Though coaching you and knowing how deeply you feel every victory and every defeat is not always easy as your sister. But I've cherished witnessing you, how you model resilience to the younger players, facing challenges head on with courage and leaning on others for support. Now roles are reversing and you're going to be leaving me behind on the old 160, but I can't wait to see where this next journey takes you. Though I would love to follow you along everywhere you go and cheer you on the whole way, my greatest wish is that you surround yourself with people who recognize and cherish you for the extraordinary individual you are. So as we honor Grace with the Carrington Award, let's not only celebrate her achievements as a VES athlete on the field and the courts, but also her indomitable spirit, unwavering determination, and the boundless heart that set her apart. I love you, Grace. Congratulations. You are truly deserving of this award.
I am honored to present the second Frederick William Carrington Memorial Athletic Award to Sam Hurt. I first met Sam about 8 years ago when his sister Lily brought him and his brother Henry to sports camp during the summer. You could tell right away, even at that young age, Sam was going to go full throttle, with little or no concern about his own abilities or his body. Fast forward to his senior year. His steadfast passion runs deep in his approach to inspiring his teammates and the demands he places on himself. This year, he was named All-State in football and was named Player of the Year in the BRAC Conference in baseball, and will likely garner all-state attention in baseball. While accolades and accomplishments have followed him this year, what you may not have witnessed is the fact that he played a majority of the football season with a broken foot, which continues to cause some physical limitations, but not impact his play on the baseball diamond. Limited practice and lots of tape got him onto the field for games. And while he may have moved like a 60-year-old, there was no better player on the field. Sam would be the first to tell you that his athletic abilities are not what defines him. But each of his coaches will tell you that no one works harder or gives more to a program and his teammates than Sam. Where Sam walks, many follow.
I'm not Darko. We had a arm wrestle outside for the privilege to present this award. I won. I'm here to present the Carruthers Athletic Award. The Thomas More Carruthers Athletic Award recognizes the top scholar athlete. Virginia Episcopal Schools strives to guide students toward full stature in their academic, ethical, spiritual, and personal growth. Portrait of a Graduate highlights our commitment to developing curious, innovative thinkers and producers. Through athletics, we foster commitment, teamwork, and sportsmanship. We do this while also encouraging our students to test their limits, celebrate success with humility, and be resilient when the results of competition fall short. The recipient of this award is exemplary for both his academic and athletic achievements. Thomas Fenton leaves VES having completed 11 AP courses, 2 post-AP courses, multivariable calculus and advanced Spanish seminar, and 1 advanced studies project with a focus in computer science. Words used to describe him: engaged, curious, wealth of knowledge, and integrity. His academic interests and talent cover quite a range: literature, math, Spanish language and culture, and computer science. He was recently inducted into the Cum Laude Society this year. Thomas's participation and achievement in athletics mirrors his academics. He's a 3-sport athlete: cross country, swimming, and lacrosse. In cross country, he was an all-conference runner as a sophomore. He's been a 4-year starter on the lacrosse team, and as a swimmer, Thomas has left a high bar and big fins to fill. He holds 1 individual team record for the 100 breaststroke and is part of the relay team that has the record for the 200 medley. Thomas's best events are breaststroke and individual medley. However, without complaint, he swims other events as needed. Thomas was awarded all conference honors for all 3 years he swam. We had that nasty COVID year where there was no swim season, or it would have been 4. He was also named co-swimmer of the meet in 2023. As a 3-year state qualifier, he was a finalist in both the 100 breast and the 200 IM all 3 years, with his best finishes in 2024, 10th in the 200 IM and 3rd in the 100 breast. A quote from Thomas's advisor, Mr. Sedlar: Thomas's journey exemplifies the essence of a VES scholar, one who is unafraid to explore, challenge, and excel both in and out of the classroom. Congratulations, Thomas, and we wish you well as you continue as a scholar and an athlete at Caltech.
I am pleased to present the Iron Bishop Award, which recognizes those students who have participated on a competitive team each season during their time at VES. These students represent the true spirit of the student athlete who have displayed dedication, leadership, and growth both on and off the VES playing surface. Please come forward when I call your name. First, going 11-4-11 in cross country, swimming, and lacrosse, Thomas Fenton. And pulling off a remarkable 10 for 9, playing football, basketball, lacrosse, and 1 year where he did both baseball and lacrosse in the spring season, Billy Kudelka.
All right. So the last 2 or 3 awards are really great and special because they are voted on by students. So I'm going to ask Lanier and Emmy Garner to please come up. As they're walking up, originally presented in 1927, Dr. Drake Pritchett, 33, renamed this award in 1950 in memory of his big brother, James Ira Pritchett, class of 30. A former recipient of the award since Dr. Pritchett's death in 1998, his family has given the award in memory of their mother, Sarah Whitney Pritchett, their father, Drake Pritchett, and his brother, and his big brother, James Ira Pritchett III. It's the award's name. The award honors the senior boy and senior girl who have done the most to help new students adjust to life at VES. So it is voted on by new students. So, to you.
We are so excited to present the 2024 Big Sister Award to someone so deserving of it and very special to us.
On move-in day, there was a senior girl knocking on my door, and I really did not want to talk to her. But because of her personality, I just couldn't. Lucy shows so much love and compassion for absolutely everybody around her, and it's so inspiring, and she shows all the way about how everyone can love VES and makes it such a home for everyone.
Lucy has been my go-to person on dorm to talk to all year. I know she loves it when I come in her room every night, give her a good night. But I always find myself looking forward to when she's on duty so we can spend that 30 minutes talking about anything and everything. I love to listen to her stories, and she's always there to give the best advice. I love Lucy so much, and I'm so excited to see what she does in the future.
Channing and Zion, come on up. You have it?
No, this is a bulletin.
Okay, you make it up because it was late.
Yeah. So the first time I met Ethan, I was walking on the dorm. He had a Hawaiian shirt on, listening to music, and I was like, no way this kid's a freshman, even though he's 5'9". Because it was before the time I knew we had counselors. But I've had a lot of good memories with Ethan, playing golf, watching him top every single shot. But, yeah.
During basketball season, Ethan was a leader, even when he tore his MCL. He was still present on the sidelines at practice and even during film. His leadership continued from there. When I tore my ACL, Ethan was there for me to help during prehab and even after surgery, assuring me that I would be back soon. Thank you, Ethan, for helping me through my struggles and hardships while you had your own. For these reasons, as well as his support for the boys on Ainsley, this is why Ethan was chosen for the Big Brother Award.
And in our final community award, if I could ask Rosemary LeBlanc and Lucy Start to come to the podium. Established in 1997, the Zimmer Award is presented by the senior class to that faculty member or administrator who demonstrates the deepest love and concern for the school. So this was voted by the senior class.
As we gather here today in the warmth of our community, in the embrace of our shared achievement, I am honored on behalf of the senior class to be presenting the 2024 Zimmerman Award before you all today.
The Zimmer Award is an award given by the senior class each year to a faculty member or administrator that has made a deeper impact and illustrates a care and concern for the school and every member that is part of it.
This recipient has made a monumental impact on our 4-year journey towards full stature, and we are beyond excited to recognize their admiration for student success, not only in the classroom, but around Old 160 as well. Known for their quick wit, admiration for student, and their knowledgeable guidance, this teacher upholds the standards of our community to a T. A cheerleader to all, this recipient takes more pride in the VES community than he gives himself. This teacher has a love for VES like no other. Whether that is having hard conversations and holding students accountable, or being lighthearted and genuine, his steady positivity is never wavering. His presence on campus is widely respected by the student body and all the students he teaches, yet we all know he never fails to put a smile on your face. You can never walk by him without receiving a hello or an I'm proud of you. His booming voice can be undoubtedly heard from the residents of Westminster Canterbury, whether that is making an announcement or talking about facial hair or recognizing an accomplishment that is in the community. Whether that's watching and helping the growth of the freshman boys or hyping up teenagers in singlets grappling on a mat, his spirit is contagious and grows within the community. Whether you know him from A-Push class junior year or as a head dorm parent of Ainsley, your coach, or maybe even just that guy who always says hello, his impact has not just affected only just our class, but every student here, along with the ones that have walked the stage before us. VES will miss him greatly. However, we were so incredibly blessed to be influenced and greatly impacted by such a phenomenal educator during our years at VES. So with our hearts full of gratitude and admiration, let us come together to honor and celebrate this remarkable teacher, none other than Mr. Rivenberg.